Hi guys, this is Rals. Welcome to Inside Jungle channel. This is an unplanned video. I just have to share something with you. This is an emergency intervention first and foremost. I have two of my 1.5 year-old calamantin type citrus, or calamansian as I like to call them, and although they look beautiful overall, they are losing leaves like crazy. I also asked for advice on some special citrus lover groups, and some of you gave me nice advice, and I tried to apply some of them with the resources that I found here in the garden centers in Romania, but I was not able to improve much the leaf falling and discoloration. And it stopped for a while, to be very honest, but now it started again, and I'm afraid I'm gonna lose them. And look how tall and beautiful they are. They are simply beautiful. So actually this one lost two leaves just by a time frame of 2 minutes while I was handling it. Look at the leaves. Look at the leaves. Some of you out there said it's a nitrogen deficiency, some you said it's a potassium deficiency, some you said it might be something else, but actually it can be a number of things. And I tried a few fertilizers. I tried to enrich the soil, but nothing helped. So what I'm gonna do, look, it just felt right now. I'm gonna repot this guy. So why I said it's not a planned video, because it was just simple repotting, replenishing the soil, cleaning a little bit between the roots, and then put fresh soil with fresh nutrients. But when I took them out from this pot, I found out that the tree actually has a very cute root system. Why I say cute, it's in a nice shape that I could actually pot in bonsai type of pot if I would have one, but I don't have one, so I'm gonna try to create one from the plastic pots I do have on hand. This one, it's the same. This is even lower, the root system. And for example, if I would put it like this, I will just have to give a few holes in this tray. I would have to spread out the roots very gently, and I could try to use this very shallow pot, just like this. And actually I think I'm gonna try to do this with this tree. This is not dropping leaves so fast like this one. I'm not gonna play too much with this root system. I'm just gonna remove this mesh over here. As you can see, the holes of the pot are very large, so this is why I use this. This is actually a mosquito net that I cut. That's all I did. Some say I'm creative. Well, I had to do something with the things on hand, and that was the easiest way to do it. Some put pebbles, sometimes I do put pebbles, but I find it a much better result if I just use a mosquito net. I cut it in the shape of the pot, and the soil doesn't go out through those large holes. So as I said, this guy will be put in this pot. It's very similar in size with this one, it's just a round one. And with this I'm gonna play a little bit. And for both trees I'm gonna use a fresh citrus soil, and I'm gonna add a little bit of extra perlite and a little bit of extra sand, so for even better drainage. That's what I'm gonna do for both of them. I have to drill some holes, just puncture these plastic pots, and that's gonna be it. Now I'll need 2 hands for that, so I'm gonna be back as soon as I finish the potting. This is not the ideal pot. I do not have a clay pot this size right now, unfortunately, and I'm just gonna do it tonight. I don't want this guy to lose more leaves. I'm really scared for it, and I hope by giving it fresh soil it's gonna improve. I'm also gonna try to hold off posting this video until a couple of weeks time, so maybe 3 weeks time, to see if I have any improvements. If I have any improvements, I'm gonna let you know, guys. So I'm gonna mix the videos by then, because I think it's fair you get a full result of my experience. Okay, I'll be right back. Did I just say experience? I wanted to say experiment. Okay, my experiment continues. So what I have here is the citrus soil that I already bought like this. It has a lot of sand grains, so I'm not gonna add more. This is a very good batch. What I have here in the middle, it's peat, fresh peat from another sack, bought from the garden store, and perlite. And perlite leaves dust, so be careful when you use perlite. Okay, I'm gonna mix this in a larger pot and then prepare the roots. 7 minutes later, and with the help of a small scissor, I managed to free both root systems from the net. Okay, I did lose some roots in the process, but only few, very few. I used a small scissor to cut the net, so I was able basically to pull very nicely and gently the roots out of it. Now the next step before potting it, it's gonna be to dip each root system, each plant, into hydrogen peroxide water, which is a water increased with oxygen. I will leave them there only for 5 minutes. More than that, it can harm the plant. Usually I'm using like 1 part hydrogen peroxide, or in short, oxygenated water, if it's easier for you to remember, and 2 parts water, like tap water will do. And leave them there for 5 minutes. If there are any bugs, any pests, the high increase of oxygen will kill them, and the roots will be clean, and then fresh pot, fresh soil, they should be just fine. Now I have an option to use just this soil, or to put a little bit of granuled citrus fertilizer, NPK. I'm not sure if I should do it or I should not do it. I really don't know what's best right now for these plants. I think I'm gonna wait with that fertilizer for a while, and I can put it on the top of the soil eventually and water from the top for a while later on. If I see no improvements and no stopping of the leaf drop, maybe I will use that stronger fertilizer, which is a granuled fertilizer. I hope not to have to use that, because the measuring comes like for square meter. If you plant out in the garden, I don't have a measurement for little pots. So this is it. Let me go grab the hydrogen peroxide water. I'll be back. This is it. I'm dipping it. As you can see, some small bubbles start to emerge and some white foam. That's the hydrogen peroxide cleaning the roots and getting in contact with the soil. Let's dip this one as well. Same process is happening here. And to show you the truth, this is what I'm using. Apoxygenata in Romanian, or hydrogen peroxide in English, and this is 3%. You don't need more than that, you risk to burn the plant. Basically, this is what my husband is using for disinfecting aquarium plants as well, before putting them into the aquarium, like introducing new plants. And also, if he has algae, he takes the plant out of the aquarium isolated, and keeps it in hydrogen peroxide water for 5 minutes, combined with regular water as well. and then place them back in the aquarium and I'll jade ice. They are bubbling. After that, I'm gonna pot them, and it's gonna be the moment of truth in a few days from now. Please keep the finger crossed for my plants, so I will not lose them. They are very tall and beautiful, and I invested so much time and so much love in them. Okay, let's give them some time, like 5 minutes I think will do. Soil prep, basically I have here 1 part peat, 1 part citrus mix, 1 part perlite. That's about it. But I'm gonna increase the quantities, of course. It looks like we have a little bit too much perlite, it's a bit too white. So I'm gonna increase the peat and the citrus mix parts, and that's gonna be it. After a while, after you start working with plants, you are gonna have like an instinct of how much to mix and what's the best way for your plant, what's the best soil, and you're gonna just see if it's too much perlite. We don't need that much drainage, but we don't need also no drainage at all. You're gonna experiment with some pots. You're gonna put more perlite to see how the plant behaves. You're gonna have the same plant in another pot. You're gonna put less perlite or less sand or less peat, and then you're gonna see how that particular plant in that particular pot behaves, and so on. So basically it's a trial and error for a while. If you get the right type of soil or of mix for each plant, you are very, very lucky. But most of the time your plants will tell you. And don't be afraid. If, for example, you repotted in a fresh soil a plant today and it's been 1 week and it's miserable, and after 1 week and a half it starts losing leaves or getting discoloration, don't wait too much. Just remove that soil. It means something in that soil, some minerals or something, it's not on the plant's taste. So what you're gonna do, just get a new soil, maybe a new type of soil, and repot it, even if it's been just 2 weeks from the last potting. Yeah, better safe than sorry. Okay, I think my soil is ready right now, and I will be back after I will place both plants in their new pots. What I've done so far, sorry my hand is dirty, I filled maybe 3/4 of the improvised bonsai pot with soil, with the mix I prepared here. I spread as evenly as I could the roots of the plant across the pot, and you can see here some roots that some of them are going down and will reach the soil, some are not. I'm gonna remove only these 2 over here that are not gonna reach the soil, but I'm gonna leave these ones. I mean, it cannot harm them. Maybe they will get stronger and will get a nice shape, or maybe they will die off the part that is gonna be exposed to the air. I'm not sure yet, but I'm not gonna remove the lower ones because they have nice long roots and they are gonna reach the soil. So it looks very nice. Let's see how it's gonna look, and if it's gonna stand, because the plant is quite tall, if it's gonna stand by itself in this spot. Okay, wish me luck. What I managed to do until now is to gently cover with a thin layer of soil the roots, and because the plant is not standing properly, I have to water it. I have to make the soil a bit heavier. Now, because the roots are so close to the surface, I cannot afford to water it straight from a cup or from a bottle. I have to water the soil in such a way that it will not expose the roots. So what I'm doing, I'm using a small spray bottle and slowly spray on the roots, actually on the soil but on top of the roots. Make the soil a bit heavier to sustain the plant, and then come with the final layer of soil and use a spray bottle again. In this way I hope I will achieve what I need to achieve, that is anchoring the tree in this shallow pot. Okay guys, this is the final result. I hope you can see both of my trees. Now for this one I decided to quickly shoot a separate video for how to make a bonsai, or how to try to make your own bonsai from a seedling. So if you want to watch the same process that I showed here but with a different topic, you can watch it over there. I'm gonna link it below. But don't get scared. So if you don't get scared if you find this tree in another video. It's the same tree, same process, but I just separated the topics. So what I did over here, I repotted 2 1.5-year-old citrus trees in fresh soil. Once again I used peat, I used citrus mix that already has sand particles, and I used perlite. Sorry for my dirty hands, I just watered both pots. And I hope by giving them a fresh mix I'm gonna replenish the plant, and it's gonna stop losing its leaves, and it's gonna change the color, and the yellow discoloration will go away. That's what I could do for my plants. It was emergency intervention after fertilizing it and monitoring the watering even more closely. It didn't work. Okay guys, thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so, and please leave a comment if you watch this video, and if you have citrus at home, I want to hear about your stories. This is a calamondin or calamansi type of citrus. I'm curious to see what citrus do you have, especially indoors, because my garden is indoor. These are growing lights. And I'm really curious, how are you growing your citrus indoors, with or without growing lights? Thank you so much for watching once again. Happy citrusing. Bye bye.